Okay, hello guys, everybody. Thank you for joining tonight's webinar with Sault College from Sault Ste. Marie in Ontario, Canada. Okay, now we have a Sault College representative, Fairlane Inso. You can call her Fair or Miss Fair, and then she will explain all about Sault College and also about the programs and everything about it. And later you can just ask any questions about the school, about the programs, and anything about it. And if you do not want to directly speaking, and I will just read the questions from the box, from the chat box. You can just leave the note in the chat box, and then I will read and give to Fair, and then Fair will answer all about the college. Okay, so here we also have Rina. Thank you. Okay, let's start. Yes, Fair, you can start from now.
Okay, thank you, EOS, thank you, Rina and Martini. Let me just, there we go. So I hope you're able to see my screen now. So don't worry, guys, I won't take so much of your time. I know you have a lot of questions, so let me just jump right into it. And welcome to Sault College. So before I talk about our programs and then the college itself, let me just briefly introduce to you where the college is and our province, Ontario. So yeah, the college is in Ontario. The province of Ontario, of course, or Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, and one of the biggest and the most popular provinces is Ontario. So it's the second largest province when it comes to land area, the most populated, accounting for the biggest number of immigrants, and it has the largest share of GDP, and where you can find the nation's capital, Ottawa, and of course, the business and IT hub, which is Toronto. So there are around 60% international students in Canada who, there are 60%, sorry, who are studying in Ontario. And most of them are in the 24 public colleges of the province. So we have 24, and that's one where you can find is in Sault, which is our college, Sault College. So let's go to the community. Sault or Sault Ste. Marie. So to start off, we call it Sault. This is French word for jump, relating to the jumping rapids of Sault Ste. Marie or Sault Ste. Marie. So specifically, we're located in Northern Ontario. So you can find it here. You have 2 Sault Ste. Maries. One is in Ontario. The other one is in Michigan in the United States. So if you want to cross the border going to the US, it will take you around 5 to 10 minutes by driving. But if you're coming from Detroit, the capital of Michigan, it will take you around 5 hours. And if you're coming from Toronto, okay, so, or Ottawa will be 7 to 8 hours by land, but we have an hour flight coming from Toronto going to Sault Ste. Marie International Airport. Now let's go more about the community. So Sault Ste. Marie is a designated safe community by Parachute Canada. It's the 3rd largest city in Northern Ontario with around 73,000 population. So it's in the top 10 friendliest Canadian cities by Expedia last 2018. It's second in Ontario for shortest distance from home to work. So if you're going with your family, especially with your kids, then definitely you will have more time with them. And when it comes to employment, there is employment in Sault Ste. Marie. In fact, we have lower unemployment rate as compared to the provincial or Ontario or the national average. And when it comes to tourism and then activities, there are a lot of things to do in Sault Ste. Marie. It's one of the top 52 places in the world to visit in 2019 by the New York Times. Now let's take a look at employment. So in Sault, or Sault Ste. Marie, we have almost all of the industries. Okay, so, but the ones you're looking at right now, these are the ones that will have the highest employment. Okay? So this is good for you and your spouse if you're going with them to understand the labor market of the community. And by looking at this list, you will also know and understand the programs that we offer, right? So let's go to our college. And before that, I just want to share with you a short video.
Where we are is who we are. We are proud of where we're from. We're not big city. We have space to breathe and are humbled by our surroundings. We're proud of where we are as a college. Accolades of student satisfaction, advancements in learning, and a diversified respect to our students. What an amazing time to be us, to be you. Welcome to the real you. Welcome to Sault College.
Right, so that's perfect. So why would you want to go to our college? We're a public college with over 50 years of education excellence in different disciplines, okay? And we have various campus locations. So of course, the main campus is in Sault Ste. Marie. We have one in Brampton and another one in downtown Toronto, okay? For Sault, we're still considered to be #1 in Ontario when it comes to student satisfaction. And this is rated by our students. I hope that you will experience this once you get to our college. Right, so for international students, we have entry language academic scholarships available to you guys. We have over 70 programs that you can choose from. Out of this 70, I think there are 25 that will have either applied learning through co-op, placement, or internship. And we also have a very strong employment support, not only academic, employment support, extracurricular support to our international students. And we make sure that as much as possible, you'll be able to get the seat that you are applying for. Okay, because even if it's a high demand program, especially when it comes to engineering and health, we definitely make sure that you will have a seat there. Now, another reason you might want to consider Sault is this, the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot. So Sault Ste. Marie is chosen for this immigration pilot. Now, I won't go through so much about RNIP or the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, but just to let you understand about it. This is a peer pathway. This is good for your long-term goal. So if you plan to stay long in Canada, then you might want to consider this. The province of Ontario or even the government of Canada has a lot of peer pathways that you can check. RNIP is one of them. And so far, it's one of the fastest for international students. Okay, so this is a new program by the federal government, and it's only across 11 small communities in Canada. So Sault Ste. Marie being one of them. The idea here is for you to study 2 or more years in Sault. And then after graduation, you need to look for a job in the community. Once you have your job offer, you can apply to the Economic Development Council of Sault Ste. Marie. They will be the one to assess your application. If you pass, they will be the one to refer you to IRCC for your PR. So we're the first community to implement this and the first community to receive successful PR applicants who are graduates of Sault College. Right. So if you want to know more about RNIP, you can check the community's website. Welcome to ssm.com/RNIP. Okay. So another reason, like I mentioned a while ago, why you might want to consider Sault is, of course, the support that we make sure to provide to international students. So like I mentioned, not only the academic support, but employment support. So we have our Student Job Center, which is in our main campus. And if you want to apply part-time or full-time jobs, you can definitely go to our SJC and do all of these job search activities for free. They will definitely assist you to look for a job. And as an international student, you're allowed to work 20 hours part-time during the semester and full-time during the break. But if you're going in our main campus in Sault, you can add 10 hours during the semester. So that's 20 hours off campus and then 10 hours on campus. Okay, so a total of 30 hours part-time during the semester. And after graduation, you can also depend to Sault College by going to our Employment Solutions Department. So this will make sure, okay, that you will be connected with employers, not only in Sault Ste. Marie, but also across Ontario and even across Canada, right? So I've mentioned about academic support. We have academic counseling, depending on your program and department. We make sure that you'll be able to understand your program and graduate on time. We have our free library and computers, 3-floor library to make sure that you can spend your studies there as well, not only in the classroom, and free tutoring service. This is offered, okay, to all students. And if you also want to become a tutor as part of your part-time job, you're definitely welcome to apply. And of course, English writing support also for free. We also have our extracurricular services to students aside from this. So there are free ski passes, gym passes, etc. But we also do free airport pickups depending on your campus. So if you're going to our Toronto or Brampton campuses, you will be picked up in Toronto Pearson International Airport. If you're going to the main campus, of course, it should be in Sault Ste. Marie International Airport, right? So let's go to our programs. Now, we have undergraduate and graduate programs. For our undergraduate programs, we offer diploma, college certificate, college diploma, advanced diploma, and bachelor's degree. Okay, so like I mentioned, it's in different disciplines. So we have EAP or ESL. We have business, community services, culinary, engineering, technology, general arts, okay, health programs, IT, justice studies. This is very much open to international students, media and design, and of course, natural environment and the skilled trades. So what I want to highlight tonight will be some of the undergraduate programs that we have, which is very much in demand to Southeast Asian students. Okay, so by the way, we have 3 intakes in a year. September, the start of the academic year, and then we have January and May. So for 2022, we're still open for May intake in our main campus, and then for September, we're open in all campuses. Please make sure that you connect to EOS, okay, if you want to apply, right? So the next application will be in January. We will open our portal in January. EOS will definitely know when to apply you. So please make sure that you connect with them. Okay, so let's go to some of the program highlights. Of course, I won't go through the 70+ programs, but just to let you know, like I mentioned, we have degree. So we have Bachelor of Engineering Mechatronics. This is a degree offered in our main campus. This is open for September, okay, 2022 intake, and it has an applied learning co-op, which is 1,260 hours. We also have our Civil Engineering Technician that will have co-op. This is 2-year diploma, which you can definitely check with other universities across Ontario if you want to take the bachelor's degree for civil engineering. We also have our nursing related or health related, which is collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Again, this is a degree only offered in our main campus and only in September. Okay, so it also has a co-op. And of course, early childhood education. This is a diploma, and you can apply either in Toronto or in the main campus. So once again, this is open for September, okay, in the main campus and Toronto campus, and it has a placement. Now you're looking at the placement and then the co-op. The difference is that the co-op is paid, the placement is not paid. Okay, so for the co-op, if your program has co-op, it's up to you if you want to look for an employer who will be paying for the co-op. But for the placement, we have placement officer, placement centers that you can apply to. Okay, so co-op placement, these are like on-the-job training, okay, that you will need. These are very hands-on programs. And of course, culinary management, also in the main campus. It's already closed for January, but we definitely will open this for January 2023 by next year. So once again, please make sure that you connect to EOS. Computer programming in the IT field. This is both offered in our main campus and Toronto campus, and of course, business, same main and Toronto campuses. We also have our business accounting, which is only offered during September and January in the main campus. And graphic design, digital media. So this one is a 2-year advanced diploma. In Ontario, graphic design is normally 3 years, but we accelerated it to make sure that you will only study for 2 years. However, you will get a credential that is advanced diploma. Okay. And again, this is open for September in the main campus. Right, now let's go to our graduate certificate programs. So the graduate certificate programs, this is offered to associate degree holders or bachelor's degree holders. So if you are either one of those, you can definitely check for the graduate certificate programs. All right, so once again, there are different disciplines in this program. However, not all of them is part of this. So we have limited ones offered to international students, but definitely ones that most of our international students are looking for, right? So let's take a look at some of the programs that we have here. And for the engineering related, we have automated manufacturing, robotics automation, and construction project management. So for this program, you need to be an associate degree or a bachelor's degree holder of anything related to engineering or manufacturing in order for you to get into this program. So this is 1 year offered in our main campus only, and it's open for September intake, September 2022. So for the healthcare leadership Canadian context, this is 2 years, and this is offered only to health-related degree holders. So if you finish pharmacy, nursing, you can definitely apply to this program. So the graduate certificate program is not the same as the master's degree. Master's degree is a degree, graduate certificate. This will make sure that you will have a hands-on training, okay? And the goal of the graduate certificate is for you to look for a job, okay? Be integrated in your networks 3 to 6 months after graduation, okay? You can use your units here if you want to apply to the master's degree, okay? But definitely graduate certificate is higher than bachelor's degree, right? So for the healthcare leadership, again, should be health related on your degree, which is, and you will have an internship during the 4th semester. This is offered only in our Toronto campus. This is one of the most in-demand programs in Toronto. So if you are interested, please make sure that you connect to EOS so that we can check on your documents. And by the time we open our portal in January, we will definitely apply you, right? For the health informatics, this is open to health and computer or IT graduates, okay? Because this will focus more on health information management system within the healthcare industry. So again, this is 1 year graduate certificate offered only in our main campus. It's open for May and September 2022 intakes. Network architecture, security analytics, and cybersecurity. Again, you need to be IT graduate or computer graduate in order for you to get into these programs. Network architecture is open in our main campus for September intake only. Cybersecurity, this is only in Toronto, and it's already closed for May intake, but it's open for September 2022 intake, right? And of course, it has an internship during the 4th semester. Global business management is this is a 2-year graduate certificate program, and you can apply in any of the campuses. It's open for September 2022 intake. Hospitality and tourism management, this is open, and supply chain management, these are all open to any degree, Okay, so if you graduated engineering or health and you wanted to take global business management, hospitality and tourism, or supply chain, you're definitely welcome to apply, right? So we also have the 2+2. This is for students who wanted to finish their bachelor's degree, okay, after doing a diploma of 2 years in Sault College. So there are a lot of other programs that we have added, and our partnership with other universities across Ontario and across Canada. Please check saultcollege.ca/programs/pathways. So what happens here is you need to study for 2 years, diploma in Sault College, and then you move to Algoma University or to our partner university for the bachelor's degree. So after 4 years of studying, you will get 2 credentials, diploma and bachelor's degree. Not bad, eh? All right, now let's go to our admissions. So if you're applying for the certificate, diploma, bachelor's degree program, you need to be a high school graduate, meaning K to 12, okay? EOS is very good in checking this. They definitely know if you will qualify for that program you're applying for. And for the graduate certificate program, again, you need to be an associate or bachelor's degree holder. Depending on the program you're applying to, it should be related. So for the business-related program, global business management, supply chain, project management, hospitality, any degree is welcome to apply. So we will need your English language proficiency test. I will show you in a while what are the tests we're accepting. We will need your valid passport, of course, and then high school diploma and transcript for the certificate, diploma, bachelor's degree programs, college diploma and transcript, okay? And of course, resume or CV, especially for the graduate certificate programs. Right. So for the language, English language, these are the ones that we are accepting. So we accept almost all: IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, PTE, Duolingo, and even KL. Right. So depending on the degree, on the credential that you're applying, if it's diploma, advanced diploma, bachelor's, or graduate certificate, there is a corresponding score that you need to meet, okay, for you to be qualified for that program. Right. Now for the tuition fees, you've seen the tuition fees, it's around 16,700 to 19,900 Canadian dollars per year. So that's 2 semesters. And this will include your health insurance, okay, or your ancillary fees, and of course your tuition fees. For Indonesia, currently we have scholarships. So we have entry scholarship of 1,500 Canadian dollars. This is automatic. So once you apply to EOS, and then they will apply you to our portal. Once you receive your letter of acceptance, you will see the 1,500 reflected in your letter of acceptance. And if you have IELTS or PTE, okay, IELTS 6.0 on all bands or higher, or PTE 65 or higher, you will get additional 1,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, so for the on-campus scholarship, this is per department. That's why you need to check with your department, okay, during the second semester if you can apply. So once again, you need to perform well in order for you to get the academic scholarship. All right, so for our residents, the student residence is available in our main campus. This is the price, 6,200 plus, because this will depend on your on what type of accommodation you're going to get. And this is for 1 academic year. If you want to include your meal plan, you're free to do so. It's around 1,400, 1,600 Canadian dollars per academic year. That includes 3 meals in a day. And if you don't want the student residence, we can definitely check homestay for you. So homestay, staying with a Canadian family. And still, if you don't want that, we can definitely assist you to check off-campus housing. So there are listed apartments and apartments suggested by the college for international students that you can check across the community. We don't have a student residence in Toronto or Brampton, but we have a dedicated team who can assist you to look for accommodation across those cities. Right? And if you have the time, please check our website and see our facilities in the main campus by taking the virtual tour. You can also check the splash page of the international students page in our main website. We're also in social media. And okay, I think that's it. So once again, thank you very much for your time and thank you for listening. I will be here for your questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Fair. That's such a clear explanation. Okay, let's begin with the questions. There are some questions here in the chat box. And everybody, if you want to ask directly with Fair, you can just raise your hand and then I will just choose you to speak directly and ask your questions directly. Okay, for now, I will just read the questions here. Okay, there is a question from Pino. Are there any 2 years postgraduate certificate majoring in business studies or finance in Sault College?
So yes, we have business, but not finance studies. So we only have one, which is global business management. That's a 2-year graduate certificate. You can apply in any of the campuses, Brampton, Toronto, or the main campus. So this is open for May 2022 and September 2022 in the main campus. Thank you.
Okay, for the next questions, it's talking about for your RNIP as one of the past BR, is a job offer should be skilled or any job? And how about the class schedule?
Right. So this, it's according to the jobs listed by the community. Okay, it's actually any job. It's a skilled from O, A, B, C, D. Yeah, that's the NOCs for the jobs. Okay, so you can definitely apply on any job, and the assessment will actually happen based on the job offer that you will receive. Okay, so if you want to check more on the list of NOCs or the National Occupation Code, okay, for the jobs, I will put it in our chat box. Let me just pull up the link. Right? Thank you.
Okay, so maybe I can help you with this for RNIP because it's spatial path PR, which is also together with AITP then, but it's quite different with AITP. So RNIP is more about
Right.
the job should come from the community of that town. For example, in Sault Ste. There are some communities, just like what Fair explained. There are 11 communities, and they require some, what is that, like assessment or some requirements for the job itself. And then, but is there any specialization? For example, the students graduate from Sault College, and then they will get some priorities for that kind of extra, for example, street or just like that?
No, because one of the requirements is that at least 2 years of study, or you will need to work longer if you don't want to study in Sault College. Then but you want to do RNIP, then I think you will need more years, okay, to stay in the community in order for you to apply for RNIP. Yeah, so it will be definitely shorter for you if you will study in Sault College. So here is the community requirement. I'll just put it here. Okay, so please check this link. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, since this is not Since I'm not an immigration consultant, then I just explain this based on the website in government that Canada government. That's why.
Right.
And
But like I
also,
mentioned as well, Martini, if they have further questions about RNIP, they can definitely
yeah,
check the link that I put in
yeah,
the chat box, and they can definitely send an email to the community. They respond. I promise you, they do respond.
yeah. That's right. That's right. That's why what I told earlier, what I explained earlier, it's also in the website also, just like what you say. And then also we go to next. How about the class schedule? I mean, some students ask me about like schedule of the classes. For example, from Monday to Friday, or maybe only some days, with some weekdays, and also maybe only some hours. You know, mostly or based on the
Yeah,
programs, or
that's right.
they have some certain schedule.
Yeah, so it will definitely be based on the program, but generally, classes is also 20 hours per week. Okay, so that's IRCC's guideline, but some of the programs, maybe it will be around 22, 23 hours per week. So what happens is, for the main campus, it will actually be 4 days a week. So Monday to Thursday, or Tuesday to Friday. But for Toronto campus, it's more flexible. It's some of the, or most of the programs will be 3 days a week. So yeah, and you will not, of course, spend like a full day or 8 hours in one day, because the 20 hours will be spread across those days during that one week. Thank you. I hope that's clear though. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's clear enough. Okay, and then next. Hi, Fair. Could you explain further about the EAP and how it works? Thank you. For example, maybe, yeah, the details of it.
The EAP program is actually just one semester, so that's 4 months. Ideally, what we suggest to our students is you need to enroll during May intake. So you will take that one semester up to August, and then apply for the academic program in September. So if you have like the requirement that I've shown you a while ago, if your English test, so we only take IELTS for the EAP. So if it's 4.5 or 5.5, then you might want to take the EAP program in May, and then after that you will go for September for the academic program. So of course the fee for this is definitely lower as compared to the ones that you've seen. I think it's around 5,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars for that whole semester of the EAP program.
How is the situation now during the Omicron wave in Sault? Is there any plan for online class?
Okay, so right now, what happened was we're actually gearing for face-to-face for winter intake. However, because of the situation, we're forced to do most of the classes go online. So the online class is not new to us. We've been doing this since last year, or even, yeah, since last year. And it depends on the student's program. It should be online. Okay, some of the programs are delivered hybrid, meaning online and in campus. But there are definitely programs that cannot be taken online. For example, culinary management, or anything related to health, or the ones that will have mostly co-op or placement. So for this one, for May intake though, if you're planning to do May intake or September intake, we're still expecting that most of the programs will be delivered face to face. So if there is any change again in policy, or if there's another wave of virus, hopefully not, then we will definitely adjust again to online classes or hybrid. So it will really depend on the program. Thank you.
Okay. And then next question. How about the weather in Sault Ste. Marie, since it's in northern Ontario?
Yes, it's definitely cold during the winter. I think the lowest so far is minus 40, but definitely, of course, they're used to it so much that everything heating in place and everything else needed during the winter is in place across the college, across the community. So I will
Okay.
say that you will need to adjust, but going for May and fall intake will be best for you. At least it will not be a shock to your system instead of going for winter.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
true. Because we have a student that just landed in winter, and they just like say, "Oh my God, get down from the public transportation," and got so chill, and then yeah, they have to wait for the
That's
bus, for example. And wait, just talking about the bus, public transportation in Sault Ste. Marie. What do you think? I mean, is there any difficulty, or yeah, it's very available like that? And is there any specialization for the student in Sault College to get, for example, free bus pass or anything like that?
Yeah. So just like in other communities across Canada, the main transport is bus. We do have our bus system. Okay? So it's in place. Although compared to Ontario, it will not run like 24 hours or it will not run until midnight. Okay. But definitely there is a student rate for the bus passes.
Okay. And next, maybe for insurance, is it included? I mean, of course it is included, but in other fees, right? Despite of the tuition
No.
fee.
So I don't, if you're asking about travel insurance by the time you get there or when you're planning to land in Canada, that's not part of what
Right.
we cover. But for the health or medical insurance, that's part of your tuition fees. Dental is also included. So I can go through all of the details of the health insurance, but definitely all students are covered for the health insurance because that's a requirement by the government. And what we did is we actually adjusted the coverage. So normally you will be covered when the semester starts. Okay. But for
Oh yeah.
because of this situation, yeah, we did early arrival insurance. So by the time you fly and you land to Canada, you're already covered for your health insurance. Even if you land, let's say, 2 weeks before the start of the semester or 3 weeks before the start of the semester. Thank
That's
you.
good. That. Okay. Next question. Since you mentioned about the work on campus, additional 10 hours, right? Okay. What kind of job, what kind of work, part-time work that the students can do there in the campus?
Right. So students can definitely become, of course, a student assistant in the library and the offices of the faculty, or even in the executive offices, they can be assistants. They can also be, like I mentioned a while ago, tutor, okay, peer tutor to other students. They can do that as part of their part-time. And also they can be custodians in the facilities that we have across the community. So there are several job postings in the Student Job Center that they can check for on-campus jobs. Although, again, please note that for the on-campus jobs, this is open to all students, whether international or domestic students. Thank you.
Okay. So, which one is more. I mean, bigger in the number international students or local students in Sault College.
I'm sorry, Martini. I think my internet is not good. I was not able to get all of your questions. So the number of international students.
So now, yeah, which one is bigger? I mean, it's bigger international students rather than the local, or the local is more.
Yeah. Yeah. So for the main campus, definitely we have more domestic students. So the population of the main campus will be around 5,000. 1,500 will account for international students. So the rest are all domestic students. But for our Toronto and Brampton campuses, it's all international students. So we don't have domestic students in our Toronto and Brampton campuses.
Oh, so yeah, so only in Sault Ste. Marie they're local.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, in the main
Okay.
campus, that's right.
Okay. For the international students, mostly they come from which part? I mean, from where?
So for international students, I think currently we have around 41 countries. Yeah, 41 countries.
41
Most, yes, most number is coming from India, just like any other institution in Canada. Okay, so
yeah.
and then
So
and then
because
following,
many
yeah,
of them, many of them
that's
coming
true.
to Canada and like become the major population in every campus.
That's true.
Like,
So
and
following
then
that, I think will be Southeast Asians, especially Filipino, and then following that will be, I think it's more on Latin America. So
Latin
and then East,
America.
yes, East Asia and Eastern Europe. So yeah,
Oh, I see. So that's actually quite diverse. Yeah, but mostly, by
true.
them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Next question from Nurcahya. Is RNIP considered as additional permission to live in Seoul instead of having PR? I mean, is it clear enough
I
for the
think
question?
you. I think
I don't think so.
the student or the participant is quite confused. So
Yeah.
RNIP is a PR pathway. So if you aim to apply for RNIP, then that is your PR pathway. So we have other PR pathways in Ontario, like the ONIP, that's the provincial nominee. If you want to choose that, you can live anywhere in Ontario, definitely. But for the RNIP, it's really community based. So if you want to apply in Sault Ste. Marie, you need to stay in Sault Ste. Marie. So once again, like I mentioned, Soo is not the only community that offers RNIP. There are others. There
Yeah.
are 5 in Ontario, mostly in all Northern Ontario. So if you choose which community, if you want to apply for PR there, you need to stay there.
Yeah, there is requirement, just like in the website in the government, minimum 5 years, I think. Okay, and also about the high demand job in Sault Ste. Marie. Usually,
Ah,
for example, students graduated from your campus. Which demand jobs usually, yeah, will be hired soon, or yeah, something like that.
yeah. So it's health. That's the first. Anything health related, like personal support worker, practical nursing, the graduate certificates for nurses, or anything that's health related, gerontology, healthcare administration, those ones. So that's very in demand. And then next, I would say is anything related to engineering, engineering technology, so automated manufacturing or anything manufacturing, because we have a pretty good manufacturing industry in Northern Ontario. So, and from that, I think business comes in. So anything related to business, especially supply chain, logistics, okay, freight forwarding, those types of services, and then the service industry. So this comes culinary management, hospitality, public relations, and then natural environment.
That's quite awesome. I mean, quite a lot for the list then.
Oh,
So there are many
I know,
options for the students to choose.
that's right. So, but I just want to caution though that because they might expect a lot, like a lot of employment. Of course, Toronto, Vancouver, these big cities, they can't be compared because they will have more employment. But there is definitely employment in Sioux. Okay, it's just that of course the population is smaller, but I think it's starting to grow because of RNIP as compared to Toronto, which will have any of the industry.
That's
Thank
good
you.
then. And also about maybe I will make clear for the participants, maybe for them who are late in join, there is also dormitory for international students, right? Mm. For the payment, I mean, should they pay, for example, like 6 months, or they can pay for every month, or they just need to pay, for example, like yeah, every semester, like that.
So it will be per semester. That's what they're going to pay. So it's actually a contract. So unless there will be changes again next year, but so far it's per semester. That's what the student needs to pay.
Okay, and for the deposit, because yeah, once you get the offer letter, and then you should pay for the deposit, right? For the deposit,
Mhm.
yeah, because many students ask about it also. How much should the international students pay for the deposit for the offer letter?
Yeah. So once they receive the LOA, they're given 20 days to pay 1,500 Canadian dollars. So
Okay,
after that, yeah, so that's part of the first semester. That 1.5 is part of the first semester. And then after they paid the deposit, which is 1.5, they're given another 30 days or 1 month to pay the remaining first semester tuition fees. And then the
okay,
second semester will be paid in Canada. Yeah. But they can pay, of course, you know, the full tuition fee if they want to, or the first semester
yeah,
tuition fee if they want. Yeah.
okay. For the second semester, they should pay prior before the semester starts, right? So how many weeks or how many months before that?
For the second semester, I think before the end of the first semester, that's when they're going to pay. Yeah. So it will
Okay,
be yeah, it will be around, yeah, a month before the end of the first semester.
all right. And full, yeah, full payment for the second semester. Okay. And talking
That's
about
right.
deferral, for example, if yeah, if like some visa processing here in Indonesia, it's quite sometimes it's quite longer than any other countries, for example. Is there any special case, I mean, for the deferral? I mean, what is the requirement for the deferral, or maybe for the student who got rejected for the visa?
Okay, so for the referral, it will the student will actually, if the case or the situation is that they have been refused for a visa, then they have options or choices. So the first one, sorry. Okay, so the first one, they will need to they can defer to the next available intake. And there will be no deferral fees for the first deferral. So they can just submit the deferral form and then submit the refusal from IRCC.
Yeah.
But after that, they can also request for a full refund, less 400 admin fees. Yes, if they don't want to reapply again or continue for their study permit application. Yeah.
Okay.
So
For the
whatever
admin fee, 400.
yes,
Right?
that's right. Yeah. So whatever they
Okay.
paid, so if they paid the 1-year tuition fees, that will be refunded less 400 admin fees.
All right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Okay. It's clear enough then. And then next, what's the question? Ah, is there any? I mean, is there any special case for the changing program? Or for example, when they land to Canada before the program starts, and they can just, for example, change the program. Is there
Okay,
any
so for
special case for that?
right. So for the program changes, we don't really encourage it. But if the student really wanted to change program, they can do so by the time they land in Canada. However, especially if, for example, they decided to do practical nursing. So that's a very in-demand program. I'm sure they're not the only student who is aiming for that program. So what will happen is that they will be on the waiting list. Okay? So they can connect to
Okay.
admissions if they wanted to change the program.
Is there any
So
special fee for that? No?
no, there's no special fees. Just that there are certain requirements that they need to meet. So
Ah,
for this
yeah. For
one, for the
example,
change, no, for the change, they will need to make sure that they meet the minimum requirements or the requirements of the program. Okay? And there should be a seat, because even if they meet the requirement but there's no seat, they will not be accepted or they cannot change program. So this is only changing program in the same campus. So I just want to caution students as well that if you want to change program before you leave for Canada, so while you are in Indonesia and then you want to change program, please make sure that it will be on the same campus.
okay. Same
Because
campus.
yeah, because we have different DLIs for our different campuses. So if you want to change,
Oh.
like you applied in Toronto and then you want to go to Sault Ste. Marie, that's a different DLI. You will be required to reapply for a study permit.
Okay. And then the next question. Which health insurance do you use and for how long? Is it for the full study?
Yeah, so for, like I said, the tuition fees you paid, that's part of your health insurance. So since you're going to pay for the 1-year tuition fees, that's 1-year health insurance. And the health insurance we use is GuardMe. You can check GuardMe.
Maybe is there anyone who wants to raise the hand and directly ask?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, I'm Fino. I want to ask to Fair. I have an interest to join global business management as a graduate certificate program.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask about the weather. The first thing, maybe the weather. How's the weather there? Is it considered as maybe more like colder rather than other cities? And then the
Uh,
second question is, how about the public transportation there? Is it good enough to commute from home to campus, or we just need to buy some kind of our personal vehicle or something? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Fino. Okay, so like I mentioned a while ago, the weather, it's definitely cold during winter. okay, just like any part of Canada, right? But for the transport, again, we do public transport, which is we have a bus. Transport some of the areas you can definitely walk to, depending on your location or your accommodation. We have most of our accommodations suggested to students, which are very close to the campus, to the hospital, even to shopping centers or groceries or drugstores. We have the bus pass, and you can get a student bus pass in our campus that you can use across the community, right? So by the way, for the weather, I just want you to know the coldness of the weather is not as cold as in Vancouver. I think Vancouver's cold is wet. Sault Ste. Marie's cold is it's definitely dry. When Winnipeg's colder as compared to Sault Ste. Marie. Okay, so if you've been to Winnipeg, then that's a good way to that's a good way, that's an example, okay, that you might want to check. So for now, most of our international students were able to adjust to the cold. Like I mentioned, we definitely make sure that every international students whose first time with winter, which is around 40 degrees or below, minus 40 degrees, we definitely have also assistance, okay, for the winter stuff that you can use. So I hope I'm able to answer that question.
Okay, that's pretty clear to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly, Winnipeg is really cold. And also Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
This is also cold. I have a friend there, and they said that it can reach up to minus 50.
It's really cool.
Yeah, really cold there. Okay, is there anybody else? Just raise your hand or just directly unmute, and then questions. Oh, this one. There is a question from Sonny. Sonny, do you want to ask directly, or should I wait for you? Sonny is this wannabe student also in Sault College. You can assist me, okay? Okay. So here is the question: how to find the accommodation in Sault, and what is the average cost if we stay near to campus?
Okay, so if you're going to stay in the residence, you can definitely connect with me or to EOS. I will definitely send you the link to check for the application for the residence. So once again, the residence will depend if it's a double, single, or premium single accommodation. So that will be around 6,200 and above. That's for 1 year. And then if you are not going to stay for the residence, but you're going to stay across the campus, or you're going to look for any accommodation across the campus. So the average rent, utilities, okay, bus pass, and then groceries, all of this will be around 8,700 Canadian dollars. So that's for one academic year. So for the assistance, we can definitely do this. Okay, once, especially if you already receive your visa, we will definitely connect with you, or you can let us know. You can let EOS know. We will definitely connect it to our main campus so that you can check, or they can check any of the accommodations. Thank you.
You mentioned 8,000 for one semester, right?
One academic year. So that's
One
8,700. Yeah, around that.
Okay. Is there anybody else who wants to directly ask with Miss Fair? Or maybe is there any special word for Ray? Do you want to say something, Ray? Ray is Rina's husband, Fair.
Yeah,
I
we
see.
live close by
Right.
Sault College.
In Sudbury, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is there any more questions before we close this session? And maybe if you wanna ask about what is that, the requirements for admission, just you can contact me. You can send me the documents later in my email. And before that, you can just ask me the requirements for that. And if you are late in watching this webinar, and then yeah, don't worry, because yeah, later we will provide the recordings and we will upload it in YouTube. Okay. Maybe is there any special message from you, Fair, for the students who want to go there or something like that?
Sure. Thank you once again. Thank you, Martini and EOS for having me. And to our participants, thank you for spending your night with us. Although I know it's already close to the holidays, to the holiday season. But once again, if you're interested to study in Canada, whatever your goal is, may it be advancement in your education or PR, we definitely have that. And we are partnered with EOS to make sure that you will have a direct understanding communication with the college. Okay, so if you have any questions or if you want me to be there during your one-on-one with EOS, please let them know. I will definitely make sure to have my time or my calendar open for you guys. If you don't have any questions right now, or if you have questions that you don't want to ask right now. So during your one-on-one, I can definitely be there if you have further questions about the college and the programs. Okay, so thank you once again, and please keep safe and happy holidays.
Thank you very much, Fair. Thank you for your time. It's been so late there. Okay, and thanks also for all the participants joining here tonight. Okay, and see you again next time in the next event from EOS. Okay, thank you, Ray. Thank you, Rina, also. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.